Good luck and a very high five, friends. On our table this week is War Chest from Alderac or AEG Games. This game caught my eye as I was literally walking past it during PAX Unplugged, and I had to stop and watch it being played. I saw checkers being moved around in asymmetric ways, and everything just looked elegant. I had a chance to actually play War Chest during AEG's big game night at PAX U, and I was immediately hooked. Alderac was kind enough to send me a review copy of this Trevor Benjamin and David Thompson title, and I have to tell you, it's every bit as good as I hoped the more and more I play it. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Before we open the box, let's talk about the box itself. It's a thing of beauty with magnetic closures and the hinge on the bottom of the back, meaning that it opens exactly like a treasure chest. Or a war chest. On the inside cover is the story of the game, which I really want to read out loud to you, but will give you the pleasure of doing so when you get your own copy. It's well worth the time. Immediately on top of the box, we find the board, a six-fold monster that when unfolded has a very abstract look to it, which is appropriate considering it's an abstract game. There's no rolling fields here, or no mountains to peek around, or valleys to secure. This is a war game in the truest sense, a training simulator, a medieval-style classic game. The rulebook is next, and this one's great. I'll get to exactly why in a bit. Past that, we have the player draw bags. My copy has, as you can tell, 3 fox bags and only 1 raven bag. A quick email to AEG customer service without identifying myself as a reviewer got me assurance that they'd send a replacement out right away. Well done. And now, the lifeblood of this game, the chip tray. Clear plastic vacuum-formed cover on top, removed to reveal weighty poker chips for each of the units underneath. This inset tray has enough space to house all of the game's units perfectly. And finally, there's a cardboard support underneath with a channel for the game's cards and control tokens to sit inside. So, let me set this game up per the suggested first game setup, and we'll have ourselves some war. So, here we are, with my side commanding the archer, cavalry, lancer, and scout, and my opponent will use their swordsman, pikemen, crossbowmen, and light cavalry men. 2 each of unit coins goes into my bag along with my side's royal coin. We will flip the initiative marker to see who goes first, which is the raven, and then we each draw 3 chips out of our bag. Now a round consists of each of us taking 3 actions as dictated by the coins we draw. The first thing I can do is place a coin. If the board doesn't have a unit of the type in my hand, I can place it face up on a control point with my faction on it. If the board already has a coin of that particular type, I can place another coin of the same type on top, thereby bolstering it. I can also use a coin face down to the discard, which allows me to either steal the initiative coin, meaning that I'll go first next round, or I can recruit a coin from my hand into my bag, allowing me to use that coin or draw it later on. I can also discard to simply pass, which is a horrible idea. No one should ever do it. Ever. Finally, I can use the coin face up to discard, which allows me to maneuver an existing unit of that type already on the board. This maneuver can be a move of 1 space, an attack of an adjacent opponent, removing 1 coin of theirs from the game, controlling a point, either flipping it from their side to my side, which is replacing it with 1 of my own coins, or if no one controls that space, I simply add 1 of my coins to that space. Some units also have tactics, which can only be activated by discarding their coin face up. That's it. That's the entire game. The first person or team to control all of the noted points wins the game. So, actually playing the game becomes this delicious dance of not committing a unit close enough to be attacked unless I'm sure I can activate that unit again before my opponent can activate the one that's next to it. Units with tactics become incredibly important as they can move and attack often in the same action, or do some other effect that you'll absolutely either want them to do or not want them to do. Unfortunately for you, my war buddy, these more powerful units often only have 4 coins. rather than 5, which means they're at a huge disadvantage. You can only activate a unit by drawing their coin. Bolstering seems like a great idea until you've realized you've now stacked 2 of your coins in one space, leaving only 3, or worse, just 2 behind. Setting up power plays where you know your bag contains the coin of a unit that you can set up with right now feels amazing. And the check you'll do to see where their 4th or 5th coin is for the unit you're threatening is equally amazing. This game feels like it balances really wonderfully on the point of a knife, which leads to the amazing experiences I just talked about, but also leads to some pretty bad ones too. Not being able to draw the coins you need when you need them, or knowing that your opponent has 10 coins in their bag, only one of which will mess up your plans, and then they draw it because of course they do, Jeremy, feels awful. And once a coin is attacked, it's removed from the game. So if your last coin of a unit is on the board, now it's just fodder. It still serves a purpose as a blocker or making your opponent use their coin to kill your guy so that you can swoop in with one of your own. War is hell, son. These moments are actually pretty few and far between though, once both players get a grasp of how exactly the game works. And actually, that's when this game really soars. To the checklist, in the box. Rulebook clear, yes. The rulebook is, first of all, very high quality physically and goes through carefully exactly how this title works. Does it use non-gendered pronouns? Yes, it uses you and their throughout. Is the iconography clear? Yes. For a game that lives or dies on you and your opponent knowing exactly which horseman is where on the board, the coloring and outlines on the chips is easy to distinguish. Inside box space well used. Sort of. You have to be careful about how everything goes back in the box when you're done, and the chip tray doesn't go in and out very cleanly. There's some forethought though, as the bottom of the box has that cardboard support, leading me to think that an expansion is at least in mind, which would need to come with its own tray and new cardboard support, but is definitely possible. Room for sleeved cards? Yes. Adequate baggies? Yes. On the table, good representation. Each of the units is denoted by iconography, so there's no representation issues at all here. Component quality. Outstanding. Double check. The poker chips feel nice and weighty, the board looks phenomenal, and the cards are decently sturdy and clearly made. Replay value. Incredible. Even if you get bored with randomly assigning armies, drafting armies, and just choosing them outright, the manual includes those historical battles to replay, which is a wonderful touch. Fun to lose. Sort of. Depending on your draws and your early plays, this game can feel like it's over and you still have to go through the motions. As this game relies not completely on luck, but somewhat, and bad plays are punished pretty harshly, this can feel like a game you don't want to play against a veteran your first time. However, that may not be avoidable. Overall, it's very clear just how hype I am about this game, and you should absolutely add it to your collection. Along with Tack, this is a game that deserves a fireplace, snifters of brandy, and quiet nods of approval. I'm Nicholas, reminding you to help protect the game population. Always sleeve your cards. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed that video, please hit that sub button and check out all of our other offerings at goodluck5.com. And please consider becoming a patron of the channel at patreon.com/GLHFmagic and help us keep making reviews, videos, and podcasts for as little as $5 a month. We're also always looking for new games to review, so if you make games or you know a company who does and wants to have their game reviewed on Good Luck High 5, please reach out to us at glhf@goodluck5.com and we'd be happy to take a look. You can follow me, Captain N the Game Master, on Twitter and Instagram at CaptainNGM, and follow the channel at GLHF Magic. Remember, please shop at your local game store whenever possible. Until next time, I'm Nicholas, and good luck, high five.